studies throughout the U.S. expose inequalities in terms of access to healthy local food, and there's often a correlation between race, class, and access to food. And in the Asheville area in particular, this correlation is evident. So despite Asheville's nickname Foodtopia, the reality is that 1 out of 5 people cannot get enough to eat. Food insecurity can be defined as a household-level economic and social condition of limited or uncertain access to adequate food. And it's less about scarcity than about the inequitable distribution of resources. And we also see patterns in food access related to income, race, and gender, which tells us that food insecurity has systematic causes. As Darcy Friedman writes, the politics of food access are complex and intersectional, but nevertheless discernible and most importantly changeable. Mobile markets are kind of a new development in food justice interventions, and that's what I decided to focus on in this research. So 3 local mobile interventions started up at the time that this research originated. Each intervention takes a somewhat different approach, but shares the goal of feeding people with limited access to local food. So those 3 interventions are Ujima Freedom Market, Bounty and Soul, and then the YMCA. So I wasn't able to work with Ujima at all because of scheduling conflicts. I worked a little bit with Bounty and Soul, but not a whole lot because of their needs. And then the focus of my work is on the YMCA. So the majority of my fieldwork with the YMCA involves serving lunches to children through the Summer Food Service Program, or SFSP, which was established to ensure that low-income children continue to receive nutritious meals when school is not in session. So free meals that meet federal nutrition guidelines are provided to all children 18 years and under at approved SFSP sites in areas with significant concentrations of low-income children. So every week, Monday through Thursday, we traveled to Hall Fletcher Elementary, which was one of the open feeding sites, to deliver lunches. And my work with the YMCA also included helping with pantry distribution, traveling to man a food bank to pick up food, leading cooking demonstrations, and helping with produce distributions. So overall, I spent about 15 to 20 hours a week working with them. Perhaps the most prominent theme identified from interviews and observations is the disconnect between program execution and community needs. So despite the best intentions of the YMCA, their program, specifically SFSP, wasn't reaching the intended population. Through our work at Hall Fletcher Elementary, the staff and volunteers came to the conclusion that we weren't really reaching the children who most needed food. We talked to the parents, and through those informal conversations, we kind of figured out that the people participating were mostly middle-class families. And we distributed lunches to anybody who came by, but it was frustrating to know that we weren't reaching low-income children who were blocks away but just couldn't get there. So in the end, we concluded that we needed to go directly into low-income neighborhoods and public housing developments, but that wasn't something that we could accomplish last summer because of a process of applying for permits. So that's something that is a goal for the future. Another disconnect identified by the staff was the provision of a short-term solution rather than consistent outreach. So Nicole noted that the program creates a short-term solution in a lot of different places, but fails to follow up in order to make a large-scale impact. And she emphasized that distributing large amounts of food to various locations isn't enough, because without follow-up, the participants continue to face the same problem.